Cuchulain's fight with the sea. William Butler Yeats. A man came slowly from the setting sun, to Emma, rattling raiment in her dun, and said, Amperson quo. I am that swineherd whom you bid go watch the road between the wood and tide, but now I have no need to watch it more. Amperson quo. Then Emma cast the web upon the floor, and raising arms all riddled with the dye, parted her lips with a loud sudden cry. That swineherd stared upon her face and said, Amperson quo. No man alive, no man among the dead, has won the gold his cars of battle bring. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. But if your master comes home triumphing, why must you blench and shake from foot to crown? Amperson quo. Thereon he shook the mower and cast him down upon the web-heaped floor, and cried his word, Amperson quo. With him as one sweet-throated like a bird. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. You dare me to my face, Amperson quo. And thereupon she smote with redoubled fist, and where her son herded the cattle came with stumbling feet, and cried with angry voice, Amperson quo. It is not meet to wide life away, a common herd. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. I have long waited, mother, for that word, but wherefore now? Amperson quo. Amperson quo. There is a man to die. You have the heaviest arm under the sky. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. Whether under its daylight or its stars my father stands amid his battle cars. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. But you have grown to be the taller man. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. Yet somewhere under starlight or the sun my father stands. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. Aged, worn out with wars on foot, on horseback or in battle cars. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. I only ask what way my journey lies, for he who made you bitter made you wise. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. The Red Branch camp in a great company between Wood's Rim and the horses of the sea. Go there, and light a campfire at Wood's Rim. But tell your name and lineage to him whose blade compels, and wait till they have found some feasting man that the same oath has bound. Amperson quo. Among those feasting men Cuchulain dwelt, and his young sweetheart close beside him knelt, stared on the mournful wonder of his eyes, even as spring upon the ancient skies, and pondered on the glory of his days. And all around the harp string told his praise, and Cuchulain, the Red Branch king of kings, with his own fingers touched the brazen strings. At last Cuchulain spake, Amperson quo. Some man has made his evening fire amid the leafy shade. I have often heard him singing to and fro, I have often heard the sweet sound of his bow. Seek out what man he is. Amperson quo. One went and came. Amperson quo. He bade me let all know he gives his name at the sword point, and waits till we have found some feasting man that the same oath has bound. Amperson quo. Cuchulain cried, Amperson quo. I am the only man of all this host so bound from childhood on. After short fighting in the leafy shade, he spake to the young man, Is there no maid who loves you, no white arms to wrap you round, or do you long for the dim sleepy ground, that you have come and dared me to my face? Amperson quo. Amperson quo. The dooms of men are in God's hidden place, Amperson quo. Amperson quo. Your head a wall seemed like a woman's head that I loved once. Amperson quo. Again the fighting sped, but now the war rage and Cuchulain woke, and through that new blade's guard the old blade broke, and pierced him. Amperson quo. Speak before your breath is done. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. Cuchulain I, mighty Cuchulain's son. Amperson quo. Amperson quo. I put you from your pain. I can no more. Amperson quo. While day its burden on to evening bore, with head bowed on his knees Cuchulain stayed. Then Cuchulain sent that sweet-throated maid, and she, to win him, his grey hair caressed. In vain her arms, in vain her soft white breast. Then Cuchulain, the subtlest of all men, ranking his druids round him 10 by 10, spake thus, Amperson quo. Cuchulain will dwell there and brood for 3 days more in dreadful quietude, and then arise, and raving slay us all. chaunt in his ear delusions magical, that he may fight the horses of the sea. Ampersand quo. The druids took them to their mystery, and chaunted for 3 days. Cuchulain stared on the horses of the sea, and heard the cars of battle and his own name cried, and fought with the invulnerable tide.